Hello and welcome to Shea Yoga. Today's class is going to be an earth element inspired class to ground and center the body, to create a playful environment for the inner child to return home to yourself. So I hope you enjoy it. You'll need a mat, whatever props you decide to use, books, blankets, pillows, blocks, whatever you enjoy in your practice. And let's get started. So we come to find a comfortable position, sitting with the legs crossed or legs straight, whichever feels more comfortable and natural to your body. Take the back of the hands to the knees and then index finger to thumb, find a little touch there as you begin to settle and ground into the floor. Give yourself some time to simply let go of the day that you're having. Let go of any thoughts that come into your mind. And when we start to think about an earth element practice, we are bringing our attention to the floor, the body's connection to it, and beginning to allow ourselves to reconnect and remember the beautiful essence of who we are. Allowing the physical body, including the bones, the blood, the lymph nodes, to reconnect to that same energy that is within the earth and all things. Feel the weight of your hips and legs on the floor. Feel a sense of settling into this present moment. And then turn your awareness to your breath in and out of your nose. Let your breath flow with ease as it reminds you of that beautiful dance of expansion and contraction. Drinking in all the love and light as you breathe in, and letting go of any worries or stresses as you breathe out. It helps sometimes to repeat the words as you inhale love, exhale fear. Inhale love, exhale fear. And the more you allow yourself to reconnect to the earth, whether it's yoga, hiking, walking in nature, swimming, the more you allow yourself that opportunity to remember that you are connected to everything. You are never alone, and you have this wealth of support waiting for you to receive it, to ask for it. On your next in-breath, take both hands above head, bringing the palms together in prayer, and then sliding the thumbs through the eyebrow center, along the bridge of the nose. Skim your fingertips past the chin and settle thumbs into your heart. And as you settle your thumbs into the heart, let us remember who we really are. On an in-breath, take the arms wide and then plant the right hand to the floor, lifting up through the left hand. Back to center, inhale, stretch wide. Left hand to the floor, right hand reaches up. And we'll take another breath like this, just really feeling the centering of the hips to the earth, the spaces down the side body as you return, back to center and over one more to the left. Hands come down to the floor, lift your chest and chin, inhale, hug the shoulders back. Exhale, reach the heart forward, folding to bow and honor the earth we sit on. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fold. One more breath, breathe in. And forward fold, breathe out. Gently float the hands above your head as you rise back to sitting, hands to your heart. Now, whichever way your feet are positioned, take the back foot forward, tuck the front foot back. And we're just going to do that stretch again because it stretches the glutes here and helps to center to the ground. Inhale, fingertips back, chest rises. Pull your tummy in as you exhale to fold. Inhale, rise. And forward fold, exhale. Last one, breathe in. And fold, breathe out. Inhale to rise, take your feet to one side and we'll transfer to tabletop. And as we feel into the ground beneath your hands and feet, really spread the toes and fingers. Start to move the body's weight around in a circular movement, sweeping the hips back to the heels, to the side, beyond the wrists and round again. And then as you start to move around, let us think about being on the floor, being playful in our movement, not taking ourselves too far. Sweep around the other way. It's so easy to be disconnected from the earth with the modern world we live in. Our phones, our jobs, the TV, everything is always on demand. But reconnecting to the earth helps us come back to our center. So sit down onto your heels here now. We're going to walk forward. Take your shoulders beyond the wrists and then grip into the fingertips a little. Pull up the tummy. Lengthen through the spine. One last breath here. Really feeling the stretch through the lower arms. Nice and heavy in the hands. Really grounded to the floor. And then sweep back. Sit onto your heels. Press the balls of the feet down. And then tuck your chin into your chest here. Pull the tummy in. Feel the space in the back of the neck. On your next inhale, come forward. Lift the knees off the ground. And lengthen into downward facing dog. Once you arrive in downward dog, check in with your shoulders and hips. Make sure that you're feeling comfortable. You might want to widen the stance. When we're grounding our practice, we want to try and make as big a surface level to the foundation of the pose as possible. So spreading fingers, widening arms, gives you that sense of being connected to the earth. And when we're disconnected from the earth, we feel a little bit flighty in our thoughts. We feel a bit disconnected from our peers. Sometimes we retreat inwards because we just don't want to be seen. But that's when we need to recognize that perhaps a little grounding is needed so that we feel safe, so that we feel belonging, so that we feel confident in our own beautiful self. Now come onto the balls of the feet as you step to the top of the mat. Turn your toes in, heels out, and then sink your hips down into a deep yogi squat. You want to keep your feet flat in this one, okay? So if your heels are peeling off the ground, lift your hips up a little higher. Keep the feet flat, bend your knees so the palms are square onto the floor. And then we're just going to drop down a little and lift up a little. So like a squat. Exhale to the floor. Inhale, lift the hips. Release the head. One more. Good. And then turn your toes back into parallel, fold over the legs, release the crown of the head. Take a moment to circle your head round, feeling the toes spreading into the floor. Circle the other way. Give yourself this time to just hang out in your own beautiful body, in this moment of creating space for yourself. And try and stay as conscious and aware of your breath as you can. Inhale, roll slowly up to stand. Big stretch of the hands, palms together in prayer, and thumbs to the heart. Good. All right, so we're going to do a little warm-up now. I was doing this one the other day, and it is quite warming for the legs, so good to ground us into the moment. Take a deep breath in, float the arms up. And then squat all the way down. Keep the alignment of your ankles, knees, and hips. Breathe in to rise. And squat down. Breathe out. 3 more. Reach up. Inhale. Pull your tummy in. Exhale. Sit back. Rise up. Inhale. And down. Last one. Reach all the way up. Breathe in. And then sink back down as you breathe out. You're reaching your hands forward. Pulling your tummy in. Grounding your toes to the earth. One last breath in, and then forward fold, exhale. Come up to flat back, inhale, and then bring your hands to prayer as you sweep the left leg back into warrior 3. Take a full breath in as you reach the crown of the head forward, heel back. Exhale there. And then slowly lower the back heel down to the mat, bend your front knee, inhale your arms overhead. Exhale, hinge forward, take the hands back. And then bring your hands to your lower back. Float back to your warrior 3. Find the focus for your eyes. Inhale. And then release the right hand under the shoulder as you peel open the chest on the left side. Exhale, push into the foot. And then gently lower your left toes to the mat, long edge of the mat. Drop into the front knee, warrior two. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Now reach out of the right hand, inhale. Flip the palm, reverse back, exhale. Keep your knees bent. Reach forward, inhale. Reverse back, exhale. Ground those toes, last one. Reach forward and reverse back, exhale. Windmill your hands to frame your front foot, swivel onto the back toe, and then float the heel up to the sky and tuck it behind your right foot. Ground the toes into the mat, bend the knees. Inhale to rise. Exhale here, hands to heart. Wonderful. Now hinge over softly, bend your knees. Take your left foot all the way up to the sky, palms to the floor, and then step back to warrior one. Inhale the arms. Good. Exhale, hands to floor. Downward dog. Breathe in, right leg rises. Open the hip. And then step the right foot forward. Warrior one. Inhale the arms. Hands to the heart. Exhale, hinge forward onto the right leg. Lift your left knee. And then into tree pose. Foot to the calf. Foot up into the inner thigh. Or perhaps even at the ankle if you prefer. Grounding heavily into your foot on the floor. Breathe in, take your arms wide. And then let us pretend here that we are blowing trees in the wind. Dropping one hand down as you reach the other hand up. Just playfully moving through your wobbles, okay? No judgment, no criticism. And then come back through the center. Bring both hands to the floor, to the chest. Release your foot down. Bend your knees. Chair pose. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, dive forward. Come up halfway, hands to heart. Right foot goes back, warrior three. Deep breath in, warrior three. Exhale. Then into warrior one, drop the back heel to the floor. Inhale the arms up. And sweep forward as you fold, take your hands back. Then bring your hands to your lower back. Float back into warrior three. Left hand goes down and right chest peels open. Breathe in. Drop your right toes to the long edge of your mat. Warrior two, breathe out. Bend that front knee as you reach forward, inhale. Flip and reverse back, exhale. Breathe in forward. Flip and reverse back, exhale. Last time now, reach forward. Flip and reverse back. Opening the side body as you windmill the hands to the floor. We're going to swivel up, floating that right leg over the head. Inhale. Exhale. Then lower back to warrior one as you float the hands up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your hands to the heart. Shift forward as you float your right knee up. Open it to the side and then put your foot onto the same place that you did before on the other leg. Inhale the arms and then sway in the wind. Breathing slow and mindful through your wobbles. Never judging or criticizing when we fall. Hands to the heart as you step down into chair pose. Breathe in, arms go up. Dive forward, hands go down. Ground your feet to the floor as you turn open your toes and sink the hips to your yogi squat. Hands to your heart. Lengthen the spine as you ground heavily into the earth. Feel the opening in your hips. By earthing ourselves, we are opening up the channel in your Muladhara chakra, your root chakra. It's the color red. And it gives us that sense of really belonging, in safety, in our ability. Inhale. Hands to the floor as you lift the hips up. Hop back to your plank pose and lower down chaturanga. Cobra for an in-breath and downward dog for an out-breath. Left leg rises up as you open up the hip. Step your right foot forward, followed by your left foot. Folding over your legs, standing forward fold. Breathe in and breathe out. Rolling slowly up to stand. As you inhale, float your arms above your head, hands to your heart. Good. Now step your left foot to the long edge of your mat. Right foot is to the short edge, and your heel on your front foot is in line with your heel on the back foot. Swing your hips to the back wall as you reach forward over the front leg, and then stack the hand and shoulders as you gaze up towards the sky. Lengthen through the side body, pull into the tummy, soften and fold to wherever feels grounding and comfortable for you. Breathe into that right leg as you rise all the way up. Right toes go into parallel with left toes. Hands reach up, inhale. And then hands come over the body as you fold, exhale. Lengthening through the backs of your legs. Let your head release. Let any negative thinking dissolve and release from your mind. Grounding yourself into this present moment. Trusting that all the things that earth provide you are there for you to enjoy. But to think about walking gently on the earth is to respect and honor our planet. Being grateful for its bounty, but never wasting its resources. Soften your knees as you float all the way up. Inhale. Palms together in prayer. We're going to turn to Trikonasana on the other side. So left toes go to the short edge of the mat. Align your heels. Float your arms wide. And then sway your hips back as you reach over the front left leg and tilt and stack hands and shoulders. Looking up to the sky as you lengthen through the side body. Breathe slowly and mindfully, trusting that wherever you are in your practice is enough. However this particular pose looks is good for you. And then soften the front knee as you rise all the way up. Feet go into parallel. This time hands go back, lift your chest. Exhale, forward fold. Releasing the elbows so that they soften and then lengthening the hands away from the hips. From here we're going to bend into the right foot, turn the right knee, turn the right toes out and then sink over. Come back to center. Turn your left toes out. Bend the knee and sink over. Then all the way back to center as you release the hands down to the heels. Inhale, curl the spine up to stand. Float your arms above your head, index finger to thumb. And elbows go wide. Turn your heels in and your toes out. And then sink your hips down into goddess pose. Lengthening from tailbone up to the crown. Plugging all the toes in, opening up the heart. Breathe as we reconnect to Mother Gaia. The earth is always known as a feminine. And this is the divine goddess pose, which is very grounding. It's strengthening all the biggest muscles in our body. So we take one last deep inhale. As you exhale, tilt the right elbow to the thigh. Come back to center, inhale. Tilt the left elbow to the thigh. Come back to center. And then big stretch up, turn your feet into parallel. We go back to Trikonasana on the other side. So right toes turn to the short edge of the mat. Sway the hips back, reach forward over the right leg. Drop that hand down, stack the shoulders, look up. Inhale. And exhale. And soften the front knee as you rise, breathe in. This time we swivel towards the right leg, lift the back heel and drop it back down. Inhale the arms over shoulders and then fold forward over that right leg. Breathe in and breathe out. Soft bend in the front knee so we're not locking the joint. Inhale to rise and then swiveling all the way around to the other side, Trikonasana. Left toes turn to the short edge of the mat. Little soft bend in that front knee. Reach back with your hip as you reach forward with your left hand. Elbow goes under shoulder, right arm goes over ear. Yeah, well done. Look up, breathe in, breathe out. Drawing the tummy back, lengthening through the crown. Soften the front knee as you rise all the way up, breathe in. Swivel all the way to face the left leg. Left heel lifts up and turns forward. Lengthen through the ribs as you reach up to breathe in And then forward fold over that front leg. Breathe out. Little micro bend in the knee. Just feeling the space down the back of your leg. Last full inhale. And exhale. And then slowly inhale, come all the way up. Swivel back to the front of the mat, hands to prayer. We're going to heel toe our feet a little closer together now, roughly slightly bigger than hips, and then sink down into your deep yogi squat. And as you arrive in your yogi squat, really squish your heels into the floor here, okay? Remind yourself that the earth is there for you to feel connected to. And if you're disconnected from your earth element, you will be feeling a bit scatty in your mind. The easiest thing to do is to get on the floor, to get grounded, to get close to the mat. So let's take our hands to the floor now. We're going to lift the hips up and then come to sit on our mat with our legs wide. You're going to lengthen the heels as wide as feels comfortable so that when you're sitting up nice and straight, you feel happy in your hips, okay? Nothing's pulling too intensely just yet. And then we're going to start to create a little bit of energy here into the Muladhara Chakra, which is kind of based just here at the base of your spine, color red, okay? So you'll bring your hands to prayer and then interlace your fingers. You're going to turn your knuckles to face away from you and then lengthen your hands in line with your heart. So the hands in this position here are connecting to the energy of the heart, and the heart is just there in the center of the chest. We're going to rotate and twist towards the right foot, then lean forward and start to imagine that we are stirring an enormous pot of earth energy, okay? So we're circling around. Keep the ankles flexed, keep your belly pulled in. We're going to do 5 in each direction. So this is 4. Pull it back. 5. And then back through the center and turn to the left foot and circle round. And hopefully you should be feeling this lovely heat building up into the hips, into the belly. 4. And lastly 5. Well done. Now from here, bring those hands into prayer over your head. Middle finger and, index finger and thumb together. Stretch your fingers, open your elbows in line with your heart, and then just expand from your center outwards. So think from the bottom of your spine and your tailbone, expanding down the legs to the heels, breathing in and out through your nose, rising up through the spine to the heart, then expanding out through the elbows and into the fingers, and then drawing up through the neck, through the throat, through the face, out of the top of the head, connecting the head, crown chakra to the skies and the universe, connecting the root chakra at the base of the spine into the center of the earth. Inhale, rise the arms up, and this time as you exhale, you're folding straight forward, elbows to the floor, palms face up. As you land here, start to think about expanding open with the chest, breathing slowly and mindfully, feeling a sense of openness and space. 2 more breaths. Well done. And then slowly rising all the way up. Take your hands behind your back here now. We're just going to gently bring the feet together, making it a nice, soft, gentle movement. Shake the legs out. And then lengthening the feet in front of you, heels in line with hips. Move the fleshy bits away from your sitting bones, and you're going to plant your hands down to the floor on either side of your hips. Flex the ankles, push the feet away. So we want to try and energize the connection of the body to the earth, okay? So push down into your hands and feet. Then from the base of the spine at the root chakra, draw up through the spine, pulling the belly in and up. Shoulders are hugging back towards the spine, palms are pushing into the floor. And then the chin just settles onto the chest or comes parallel to the mat, whatever feels more comfortable on the neck. And breathe. And start to notice the heat building in your body. Feel that earth energy, that root energy, grounding and pulling you into the earth, reminding you that you belong in this life, that everything you need you have within you already, and that when you are grounded, you are deeply connected to the truth and the essence of who you really are. So if you don't get a chance to do yoga or meditation every day, get out for a walk in nature, leave your phone and AirPods at home, and listen to the sound of Mother Nature. Last breath in, exhale, and then big stretch up as you reach overhead with the hands, forward folding, taking hold of the feet if you can reach. Elbows float up, shoulders draw together, spine is nice and straight and long. Inhale and exhale. Pull the tummy in. Last full breath in and slowly release out. Now from here we're going to come down to the floor in boat pose. So you're going to take the soles of the feet together, feet onto the mat, roll your shoulders up and back, take your palms or hands underneath your knees, and then float your toes in line with your nose, and take your hands either side. Pull your tummy in firmly, draw your shoulders back, take a full deep breath in and out. Working the core strength here, grounding and rooting into the bottom, into the hips. And then on an exhale, keep your tailbone tucked under. We're going to slow and controlled roll down to the floor. Lengthening your hands out wide, take your palms facing up, heels slightly larger or wider than your hips. And just allow yourself this time to rest. To feel the ground welcoming you home to a deep connection to love, to your light, to your wisdom. Feel the ground opening its arms to welcome you back to balance. And as you allow your breath to guide you home, guide you back away from all the labels that we give ourselves, all the distractions that are around 24/7, just return back to balance. And then go ahead and take a deep inhale through your nose. Feel free to stay in Shavasana for a few more minutes if you want to. Pause the video. You can carry on resting as long as you need. But gently begin to move the fingers and toes, softly awakening the body from rest. Take a big stretch as you float the arms overhead. And then lovingly place the knees into the chest. Rolling over to your right side. Take a quick pause to see how you feel here. And then when you're ready, come back into sitting. We'll bring our hands together in prayer to bow, to seal and to honor this practice together. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Well done. You did amazing. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share with your friends. But from my heart to your heart, namaste.